Dylan!
Hey everybody! Welcome back to another episode of the Armored Core Marathon. We're continuing where we left off with Armored Core 4 Answer. I know I said BRB before this, but I actually had to go because I didn't see the time. I didn't actually check the goddamn time, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go to bed. So I just ended the stream last time. But you know, it's neither here nor there. It's kind of irrelevant for most people watching that are watching on YouTube. It's just one video after the other. There's no time lapse there. So, you know. Anyway, let's do the final story route for this. It's about the same length too. The genocide route. This sounds like it's gonna get crazy. Let's see. Playthrough number 3.
More than 10 years have passed since the National Dismantlement War. A league of corporations has taken control of the world. To escape the pollution that poisons the surface of the planet, they have built massive platforms called cradles. Only there, 7,000 meters above the ground, is the air clean and safe. Already half of mankind lives in the skies. The planet's surface has become a battlefield where armies fight to control the resource plants that feed the cradles. As the war came to a close, giant humanoid weapons called Armored Core Nexts enabled the League to firmly establish their rule of the planet. Their pilots are called Lynx. Fearing the power and independence of these Nexts, the League left them behind on the surface. The Lynx now work as mercenaries for an organization called Collard. While the League armies derive their power from massive arms forts, the once mighty Nexts are consigned to the poisoned Earth, serving as foot soldiers in the never-ending economic war.
I guess why is that? What is Collard's, you know, role in all of this? They don't really explain that in that intro. Like they don't establish a clear relationship between Collard and the League of Corporations, which they instead imply that the League of Corporations don't even bother with the Lynx, but they do. They just do it through the medium of Collard. Kind of weird. They're always so vague with everything in these games. You have to kind of piece it together yourself. Like there's so much that's implied. Anyway, I'm gonna fast forward to this because we've already seen the first mission twice.
We have tried to negotiate peacefully with these revolutionaries, but they have refused our overtures and continue their violent attacks. This mission is a show of force to encourage the enemy to rejoin negotiations. We never like to resort to violence, but on this occasion, we have no choice. Lineart's main weapon, White Glint, is currently operating in...
Oh right, I was like, the fucking... God, good thing we already saw the intro too. There.
It will not become a risk in this operation.
I forgot to do the audio boost.
We trust that you will deliver a successful result.
Commence mission. Destroy all Lineart defense units. Oh, next? Not now. Confirmed. Half the target's been destroyed. Damn! Are we doing any damage? Primal armor! First we have to break down that primal armor. Only a few targets remaining. Our standard weapons are useless! Where are our normals?
That line, the delivery and the line itself sound so fucking close.
Mission complete.
To
Well done,
like
almost perfect. But don't get too high on yourself yet, rookie. These enemies were nothing to write home about.
something I heard either in a Resident Evil game or maybe even in a Gundam anime a long time ago. I don't know. Our normal weapons are useless.
Okay, here's the mission.
Attack on B7. Huh, have we done this one before? Doesn't sound familiar yet, but let's see.
Okay, here's the mission. The client is Omer Science Technology. The objective is to destroy the defenses at Taurus Corporation's B7 deep mining facility. The main enemy force consists of normals and autonomous drones. Depending on how many of them there are, they should be no problem for a next. The automated defense systems will try to close the external barricades. You have permission from the client to destroy them. This shouldn't damage the facility itself. Briefing over. This is an excellent opportunity for you to strengthen ties with Omer Science Technology. Not a bad deal, right?
That ending sounds familiar. The rest of the mission briefing does not sound familiar to me at all. So it's either very forgettable or...
Commence mission. Eliminate all enemy defense units.
An unidentified craft has infiltrated the facility.
I'm starting to vaguely remember this now.
It is believed to be an enemy nest. All units assume battle-ready formation.
Yeah. I think we have seen this. Either way, it's the beginning of the game. I don't expect anything that exciting to happen yet.
Confirmed. Half the targets have been destroyed.
Guard net control switching to A10.
Only a few enemy targets remaining.
Normal units en route from HQ.
Confirmed. All targets destroyed. Mission complete.
Yeah, I feel like we did see this mission already, but I don't know. There's a few that take place in this facility, so I'm not sure. This one we definitely saw.
The client is Omer Science Technology. Your objective is to destroy the fleet currently docked in the port of former Chinese Shanghai. The fleet is a combination of GA America and BFF forces, and includes a number of special edition normals. However, we don't believe these weapons would give you much trouble. The client wants you to coordinate with support units. Battlefield strategy is up to you, of course, but there's no need to be a hero. That is all. This is a rare chance to improve your relationship with Omer Science Technology. Not a bad deal, don't you think?
He always ends like that. We're taking Stasis. He's getting 60% of the cut.
Commence mission. Eradicate the enemy fleet and enemy arms fort. Use your support. You didn't bring them for sightseeing.
Alright, so yeah, we haven't done this one. It just sounded very familiar at first, but no, we haven't. Let's see what Stasis has to say about this. He's ranked number 1. The top ranked Collard links. Yeah. A pretty cool looking fucking AC too. Hope the textures aren't fucked.
Commence mission. Eradicate the enemy fleet and enemy arms fort. Use your support. You didn't bring them for sightseeing, right?
Ready to go yet? Don't get too nervous now. I'm not babysitting you on this operation.
You bastard! Son of a bitch!
I knew
Frontal shielding.
I knew he would have a cocky attitude, being the rank that he is. I wonder if he'll actually survive the battle with Fiona this time or not. I don't know if they're always scripted to both go down in that fight. That fight might not even happen on this story route, who knows? The other two story routes seemed like polar opposites of each other. I'm expecting this one to be a little bit more different.
Confirmed. Half the targets have been destroyed.
Like, it's literally, the other two story paths were literally you're fighting for one side or the other. This story path I expect to be very different. And so far it is. Even the early missions are actually quite different. Even though they seemed familiar, like some of the ones we did see already before, which is
It may be a relic, but it's still an arms fort.
which is why I kind of fast forwarded through them, but
The base has been destroyed. Let's clean up the rest and finish this.
oh, Steve! Okay.
Confirmed. All targets destroyed. Mission complete.
Looks like mission accomplished. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, his AC looks pretty cool. Take back Cradle 21. I feel like we did see this
This is the
one.
mission. During trial operations, Cradle 2-1 was occupied by the Liliana insurgents.
Yeah, I remember this.
They are an
First playthrough.
extremist anti-establishment group, more radical even than Nioc. They are committed to violence for its own sake, and little else. You have been given special clearance to enter Cradle airspace. We want
What
you
is
to seek
their
out
name?
the enemy. 2-1 was occupied by the Liliana insurgents. They are
Liliana
extremist
insurgents. Yeah, they
anti-establishment
kind of
group, more
disappear off the
radical
face of
even
the
than
earth
Nioc.
in the
They are
other
committed to
two
violence for its own sake,
playthroughs.
and little else.
They don't really do
You have
anything.
been
Maybe
given
they'll be
special
more
clearance to
involved in
Cradle
this one,
airspace. We want you to seek out the enemy and
in
destroy
this
it.
story route.
Remember to limit the damage to Cradle 2-1 as much as possible. We're offering significant bonuses if you can keep the damage to a minimum. This should be no problem for a top links like yourself. We look forward to your reply.
It makes sense if this route is gonna do what I think it's gonna do with the way it's titled.
Commence mission.
Genocide.
Retake Cradle 2-1 and eliminate the Liliana insurgents. They're extremists, but they can only deploy normals. No match for next. You should have no problem taking them out.
It's a Lynx Nemo. It must be the Lynx doing.
A Clone soldier. Nothing more than a wildcat without fangs. Show them. Victory rewards tyranny.
Let's just do it. Fire! Blast them! They're soldiers just like us! We can take them!
5 targets remaining.
Liliana forever! For the future of humanity!
The future of humanity.
4 left.
I thought they were just extremists that like violence for the sake of violence. There's something more there, isn't there?
1 more to go. Confirm. All targets destroyed. Mission complete.
Them
Well, that's
yelling,
it. You've passed. Nothing more to say.
them yelling that out makes it seem like they're definitely, there's definitely more to them than just being, you know, straight up violent anarchists or something. We'll see.
Here's your mission.
I remember this
Client is
mission.
GA America. The objective is the Interior Union Force based at the Mimir Naval Port. You'll be supplied with a generous amount of ordnance. Don't let up on the attack until ordered to withdraw. The more damage and destruction you cause, the better your pay will be. This information is unconfirmed, but we believe a new model arms port is in dock for maintenance and supply. If it's there, don't let it get away. The client is offering a special bonus for its elimination. Well, that's about it. This is a good deal for the right links. We'll be waiting to hear from you.
Commence mission. Destroy all enemies inside the combat zone. Time is limited. Move quickly. Approaching the edge of the combat zone. This area looks clear. Head elsewhere. Time is of the essence. Arms forward confirmed. That's our focus target. Prioritize it. Okay, enemy arms forward down.
Okay, so that's what the back weapons are. If that's what those back plates are, they're just weapons, alright. I was trying to wonder for a while what the hell they were. Didn't realize they were actual missile launchers.
Mission complete. Excellent results. I'm impressed.
This is your mission.
We see
Your
this
target
one.
is the Arnsford Gigabase, currently escorted by the BFF 8th Fleet. The convoy is sailing south through the Northwest Sea. The 8th Fleet is a powerful force made up of large cruisers and other smaller vessels. However, the fleet itself is not your target. Don't waste ordnance on it. Use a Vanguard overboost unit to accelerate past the escorts directly to the Gigabase. Get in close and destroy the target as quickly as possible. In addition, the Union will pay you a bonus for the destruction of the supply vessels. You can ignore the other secondary targets if you wish. That's all. The Union speaks very highly of you. We hope you can take this on.
Next mission. Destroy the Arms 4 Gigabase. It's being escorted by the 8th Fleet. Use the VOB to close in on Gigabase. Watch out for long-range fire. This Arms 40 is a defensive stronghold. Don't underestimate its firepower. VOB nearly depleted. Prepare for normal battle maneuvers. Go to head close. Seek Gigabase as quickly as possible. Stop wasting time. Base has been destroyed. Mission complete.
This is your mission. This request is coming from the
Ambush Sphere Invasion Forces.
Bernard and Felix Foundation. They want you to take out the enemy forces assaulting Omer's sphere. Some big shot with the BFF has drawn up the mission plan this time. So,
Yeah, we've seen this one too.
Right now, the enemy forces are moving through White End towards the sphere. Blast through their rear column using a VOB and take out as many units as possible along the way. Once you penetrate the front line, turn around and engage the survivors. So the plan says. It's not a bad plan. You shouldn't have any problems. We'll look forward to hearing from you.
Next mission. Use the VOB and break through the advancing enemy force. Do as much damage as you can on the way, and the rest of the mission will be a cakewalk.
And just like last time, he doesn't bother with any of that.
VOB nearly depleted. Prepare for normal battle maneuvers. VOB depleted. Purging. Destroy all remaining enemy units. Hang in there.
Time to go back and actually start shooting at them. I wonder why he doesn't try to just pick them off as he goes the first time around.
You've reduced the enemy forces by half. Stay focused. Go full through. Confirmed. All targets destroyed. Mission complete.
That's it.
Alright, this is your mission. The client is GA America. The target is Algebra's attack transport arms fort, Coppercon.
Yeah, we
Coppercon
did
is
this
protected
one.
by a very thick sheet of armor, and it's impossible to take down with standard next weaponry. I don't mind telling you that it's a
That's how I
really good
remember
idea.
it too. The epileptic
However,
seizure.
the thing does
Holy
have a
shit.
weak point. If you can manage to get under the skirting on Red's base, you'll be able to take out the tracks and bring it to a halt. That's all we need you to do for this operation. Frankly, the top brass don't have all the details themselves. What they do know is that this arms fort could become a serious threat. Anyone taking this job will be well compensated. We hope to hear from you soon.
Commence mission. Destroy the arms fort Coppercon. Powerful mines are scattered all over the combat zone. Stay alert now. Coppercon is halted. Wait, this isn't over yet.
Surprise, motherfucker.
What? Drones? Their numbers are insane. Have to call them out?
What? What the fuck? You son of a...
This is GA's on support unit. We're en route to your position. Give us a little time.
The cavalry, huh? Looks like they knew about the situation. They just left us in the dark. You hear that? They're coming to reinforce us. Hang in there.
The progress is slower than expected. We won't arrive on schedule. Sorry, we're doing the best we can.
Our reinforcements have entered the combat zone.
Yes, we waited. Commencing attack. Good work, please.
Confirmed, all targets destroyed. Mission complete. You're even better than I thought.
The League has focused on maintaining complete and utter control. They agreed this goal could never be entrusted to any single person, who, if eliminated, could jeopardize their reign. So in the aftermath of the Lynx War, the League manufactured enormous battle stations called arms forts.
Yeah, we saw this.
Manned by a crew of thousands of expendable soldiers, this was military might the League could control and therefore trust. Arms forts have become the perfect solution to the League's needs, and their firepower far and away surpasses the average Next. Dream and hope as they might, the Next pilots know that those who dare take on giants rarely live to tell the tale.
Take down the Comic-Con? Is that even possible?
It depends. I might just have to take off his leash and find out.
Can you find what happened, Harry? Is that what we want, Monzo?
Don't worry, Julius. Max and Primator will return to us shortly. Then we will be ready.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday.
Here's the mission. The client is GA America. Your target is the Interior Union's land-based arms force unit. The enemy is currently pursuing a GA America transport unit through the Loro Desert. Your task is to neutralize them before they can take out GA's forces. The Interior Union arms forts are armed with multiple strafing lasers. Once our transports come in range of those weapons, they'll be dead in the sand. Keep that in mind. Basically, we just need you to take it out fast. Nothing fancy. That's it. This is a good job for the right links. Contact us.
This is... We saw this on the first playthrough.
Commence mission.
I remember that briefing.
Destroy all enemy arms fort units. The virtual defense line is displayed on your radar. Enemy units crossing that line will have a firing solution on the transports. That equals mission failure for us. We don't want that to happen, do we? Hold the line.
I think we saw it yesterday too, based on what she just said, yeah.
Arms fort down. One more. Arms fort down. Just mopping up now. Confirmed. All enemy arms fort units have been destroyed. Mission is successful. The transports are safe. Good work.
I recognize this one.
You are to destroy the large-scale Procyon energy cannons. They are deployed within the gear tunnel. The Procyon is a decommissioned weapon originally manufactured by Omer. Even so, it can still deliver a powerful punch. Don't approach them head-on. The gear tunnel is actually a web of large tunnels. You'll need to use the environment to find safe positions from which to attack and destroy the enemy targets. That's the mission. Taurus requested you personally for this mission. Don't let us down.
Commence mission. Eliminate all Procyon energy cannons.
Again, that was hella fucking close.
motherfucker.
Confirmed. Half the targets have been destroyed. Only a few targets remaining. Confirmed. All targets destroyed. Mission complete.
Here's the mission. Your objective is to escort the flagship Titan as it escapes from the Mimir naval port. Mimir's eroded coastline makes it a natural stronghold. However, it has fallen within range of the GA America artillery. For this mission, we want you to escort the Titan safely out of the harbor. You must destroy all GA America vessels that attempt to intercept. You can expect the enemy to cloak themselves with ECM. Proceed with caution. The Union is offering bonuses for all Titan escort vessels that escape, provided the Titan herself is also protected. This concludes the briefing. This is a very important mission for the Union. If you succeed, you can expect a lot more attention. We look forward to a favorable reply.
Saw this one on the first day, I think. I recognize it, kind of.
Commence mission. Escort the Titan to the edge of the combat zone.
He ended up destroying everything so quickly that he had to wait around for the ship just to cross when there were no more enemies left to fight. He just kind of sat there. Same thing with escorting that, like, convoy or whatever through the desert. It's kind of similar to that, if I remember.
deploy ECM over the entire combat zone. Our intel is correct. Stay sharp. Confirmed. All targets destroyed. Mission complete. That mission was pretty boring. Next time we'll sign up for an assault job, okay?
I remember that line, yeah. Oh no, he didn't have to wait, but still, I do remember that line. Defend Megalith? Yeah, I remember that too. I think we did that one yesterday. Oh, this playthrough is going by quick. I mean, we're doing a lot of the same missions so far. I assume the variants will be towards the end.
Here is our request. Omer units have targeted Megalith for attack. Megalith is a power recycling plant and a key element in a Linebark lifeline. We are working as fast as we can to establish adequate defenses, but the Omer forces are drawing too close too fast. The defenses will not be completed in time. This situation has left us no choice. We need you to defend Megalith. The Omer forces will consist mostly of aerial attack units. Do you think you can drive them off and protect the lives of millions of innocent citizens? Of course, we will compensate you as best we can. Thank you in advance for your help.
Commence mission. Protect Megalith and eliminate all enemy units. The enemy's main force is Omer's aerial brigade. They'll make trouble if you give them the opportunity. This is Megalith Base Commander. We're counting on you. Don't let us down. Reinforcements inbound. Imperial arms first. And Eclipse. Oh, there must be business. Watch for the main laser cannon. Maybe a factory model, but it still packs a punch.
Okay, this mission name looks different. Maybe? Let's see. See, there's two with similar names. Look at this. Defeat unknown next plus no count, or defeat unknown next. Pretty sure we've seen this one, defeat unknown next, but not this one. A plus no count.
This is the mission. You are to target the two nexts occupying the Kitasaki Junction. The targets in question are a rank 27 reverse-legged next called No Count, and a four-legged type, identity unknown.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
There are no specific instructions. Strategy in the combat zone is up to you. Just make sure that both nexts are completely destroyed.
Oh, we have seen this.
The Union has authorized the use of support nexts. We have prepared a list of candidates. They are highly skilled links. Use them wisely. This ends the briefing. This is a very important mission for the Interior Union. If you succeed, you can expect your stock to rise in the organization. We hope you'll accept.
Yeah, I think we did this on the first day. So this is, yeah. Let's see what the dialogue with the new guy is.
Commence mission. Eradicate the enemy
The
nests.
partner.
Namely No Count and another unidentified four-legged craft. We don't know what tactics they'll use. Exercise caution.
This is Windy, Fanchon, and Ryder Palash here. Enemy next confirmed. Commencing attack.
I get it. Let's get this over with. Remember your promise, Papa Sukan. I don't want any trouble. Where's my support? This isn't what we... You're kidding, right? This is a dream, so...
I recognize that guy. That's the...
Next No Count has been destroyed.
Yeah, that guy is the voice actor for that guy that we just killed right there was he's the guy who does the GA briefings too. He appeared for a little bit yesterday too, but I can't remember who he was representing.
All targets destroyed.
If it was the same
Looks
links
like
or
mission
not.
accomplished. Irregulars. I wonder whose leash they're on.
Yeah, we did this before. Oh. Split it 50-50. Defend Lineark or defeat White Glint. Same mission. You can choose which side you want to be on, basically. Again, we're defending Lineark, so we're gonna partner up with White Glint again.
This is what we want you to do.
Okay, we're seeing this.
The League is launching an all-out offensive against Lineark. They have been trying to break us through indirect, surreptitious means for some time, but we have stood firm. Now they're dropping the pretense and showing their true colors. The ace up our sleeve is White Glint. But if the League comes at us with everything they've got, even that won't be enough. That's why we need you to be our trump card. The corporations abandoned the planet's surface and the people who live there. They are no longer part of a rational economic system that supports society. They have become no more than elitist parasites.
I never were part of that.
The truth. A world ruled by the League is doomed. We, the people, must control our own lives and build our own future. Of course, we will pay you as much as we can. Please, help us in this fight for freedom.
And we're never a part of a rational economic system or cycle.
Those slimy politicians with all their empty calls to arms in the name of liberty. I'll sink the whole lot of you to the bottom of the ocean. You ready, Fragile?
Preparations complete.
Good to hear. Move out.
Commence mission.
I wonder what he said again.
Sink the whole lot of you.
Probably not too important, but...
Those slimy politicians with all their empty calls to arms in the name of liberty. I'll sink the whole lot of you to the bottom of the ocean.
Okay, so yeah, he's criticizing
Ready,
Lineark.
Fragile?
Okay.
Commence mission. Cooperate with White Glint and eliminate the League Nexts. We've detected 2 enemy Nexts, Stasis and Fragile. Stasis. It's on Starva, the rank 1 Lynx. The League isn't holding back.
White Glint operator Fiona What?
Boosters have
Oh yeah, she isn't the pilot.
White
She said it
Glint.
right there. She says White Glint operator. She's just the operator. So the pilot is probably then... The pilot never talks. That means it is implied to be the character from the first game. The pilot character from the first game, yeah. I guess then the motives might... I'll wait till the end, but... I can see where this... Yeah. I can see how this connects to Armored Core 4's ending a little better now. I didn't catch that the first 2 times. She's the operator, not the actual pilot.
Operator Fiona What?
Boosters have cut out. Damn, I'm sinking. I can't go down like this.
It appears you have left me no choice. Initiating Plan D.
White Glint is disabled.
That happens no matter what.
He cannot come to your help any longer. I'm sorry.
Now it is 1 against 1. Test applicability increased. Excellent.
This song in particular, remember how I was talking about last video about the Nier songs and stuff? This song in particular reminds me a little bit of them. Of some of the, like, a couple of the Nier soundtracks. It has like a similar vibe to it. Even if the style of the music is a little different. The way it sort of impacts or complements the overall theme of the story and what's happening.
Energy flow is reversing from the AMS.
Confirmed. Fragile has been destroyed.
What a weird
Mission
scream.
complete. In the end, only you remain. I can't
Mr.
believe
Death.
it. Just a brief moment of relief. Let's make the most of it.
Fellow Lynx, allow me to express our gratitude. Thank you. However, this might mean the end of Lineark.
You're welcome, Fiona. We did what we could.
Linearch's White Glint was defeated, and Kalard's top-ranked lynx, Atsdarva, went down into the ocean. After the intense battle between the Cradle's greatest lynx, only one remained. Linearch had lost its greatest military asset. The Cradles entered a period of stability, or so everyone believed. Behind the scenes, the League prepared for a new, more violent phase of the war. At that moment, despite the period of calm, the gears of a sinister plan had begun to turn.
Foreshadowing Orca.
Linearch's White Glint and Fragile have been heavily damaged. Stasis sank into the sea, and Atsdarva is missing. According to our intelligence, the only confirmed survivor is White Glint's partner.
They got too cocky for their own good. Especially our boy genius, Atsdarva.
That's pretty cool. If the implication is correct, if I'm right about what they're implying, it's kind of cool that you get to partner up with the main character from the previous game, piloting White Glint. That's a first for the series, if that's what they're implying, yeah.
Maybe. Maybe not. Something about this whole thing stinks.
In any case, White Glint has fallen, and I sincerely doubt the survivor is going to be Linearch's successor. We have achieved our basic objectives. Yes, but we paid the price.
So you think you can take their place? What about Gerald?
What do you mean?
Nothing. It's just that old fogies aren't as much use to us now, are they?
What? You bastard! You son of a... You've got something to prove. Do it on the battlefield. No one's stopping you there. Besides, there is still a lot we have to discuss. For example, this Ontario assault. What are we to do with the survivors?
You heard all this yesterday, so I'll speed it up a little. Oh, that's the end of it. Never mind. Destroy Arteria Ulna. We did this last time.
Maximilian Thermidor here. We want you to infiltrate GA America's Arteria facility, Ulna, and destroy it. This mission flies in the face of everything the Cradle stand for, and will be considered an act of treason. With that understood, I want you to listen to what I tell you. Some fled to the Cradles and live in clean air. Others were abandoned, condemned to the Earth's poisonous surface. Maintaining this system is causing horrible pollution on the surface. That pollution will soon start bleeding into the atmosphere itself. The Cradles are only a stopgap measure, a panacea. Humankind has no future on this planet unless we stop them. Perhaps you think I'm an alarmist, but I speak the truth. If you believe in what I say, then you must take this mission. Of course, you'll be reimbursed for your efforts. I await your reply.
Commence mission. The target is a good distance above your position. Start climbing. You know what you're doing, what it will mean, don't you? Confirmed. All targets destroyed. Mission complete.
I went faster than last time.
You have shown me your answer. Welcome to Orca.
Dylan!
Mission briefing begin. Your target is the BFF 8th Fleet, currently deployed in the Northwest Sea. The Union has committed the armed sport Stigro to this mission. You will rendezvous with the Stigro and destroy all targets. The 8th Fleet has been picked apart by repeated battles. If we strike now, you and the Stigro should be able to wipe out the remnants. That's the mission.
I think we saw this yesterday.
Performance thus far. We hope you can take this on.
Commence mission. Destroy the BFF 8th Fleet. With this operation, you're paid in proportion to the number of mission targets you eliminate. Stinger's on your side, but it's also your competition. Show them you can manage specific-based hardware.
Yeah, we saw this yesterday.
all you want, as long as you're aware he's taking money out of your pocket.
Not going as well as last time.
Pay attention where you're shooting. Select your friend, not your enemy.
Not your friend, but not your enemy, right? Is that what you said?
Shooting. Select your friend, but not your enemy.
The hell is he then? Hey, if I'm competing against him, that makes him my enemy.
Destroyed. Just a few more.
That is how I think most people.
You made it out alive. Don't be too disappointed.
I think that is how some people probably will see it, even if only subconsciously. You know.
Here's your mission. You are to target the 3 Kojima energy plants located on the lowest level of the B7
If I
deep
kill
mining
him,
facility.
I get all the kills.
B7 was attacked and is now occupied by Omer forces. Their exact specifications are unknown, but you can expect some serious opposition on the way. The facility emits high-density Kojima particles. These particles will degrade your primal armor and damage your machine.
Yeah,
Once
we
the
saw
plants
this
are destroyed,
yesterday.
We expect the situation to steadily worsen. You need to eradicate any Omer units that get in your way. Infiltrate down to the lowest level of the facility. Destroy all the targets, and then make your escape at maximum speed. Briefing over. This is a dangerous mission, but that's why Taurus asked for you. We hope you can take care of it.
Nothing really new in the way of missions yet. There's only been a few.
Destroy the 3 Kojima energy plants at the lowest level of the facility.
That'll probably change once the final chapter starts. Depending on what the hell's gonna change dramatically in the story.
Approaching the facility's lowest level. Kojima particles are extremely dense in this area. Your primal armor can't protect you here. Keep a close eye on your damage levels. Kojima energy plant destroyed. 2 more to go. Kojima energy plant destroyed. 1 more to go. Confirmed. All targets destroyed. Evacuate immediately. Detonation imminent. Barrier doors closing. Enemy reinforcements confirmed. Facility defenses are coming online. Doesn't matter. Just blast through them. Prioritize your escape.
A test of your reflexes.
Panicky shit is happening, so those buttons felt appropriate.
Emotional damage.
Just for the hell of it. It didn't fit, but whatever. We've seen this before, so it's like whatever.
Mission complete.
We've seen this one too.
The client is Omer Science Technology. You're to destroy the Silent Avalanche Force. They're stationed at Sphere, a BFF-owned large-scale Kojima energy facility. At one time, the Avalanche Force was stronger than Standard Next. They are armed with high-caliber sniper cannons, which make for effective long-range weapons. However, their machines are now considered obsolete. There's a possibility the enemy will deploy ECM in defense, but don't let that slow you down. How you deal with it is up to you. That is all. With this job, you can reinforce ties with Omer Science Technology. It should prove financially rewarding as well.
Commence mission. Destroy the Silent Avalanche Force defending Sphere. Target destroyed. 3 more to go. Target destroyed. Good. 1 more to go. Confirmed. Silent Avalanche has been destroyed. Mission complete. They were just paper tigers. No match for you.
What's this one? Attack on Arteria Carpals.
Hey, it's Arthur here. We're initiating the closed plan. Our next forces will launch simultaneous attacks against core Arteria facilities. Your target is the critical Arteria facility, Garpals. You are to take down Noblesse Oblige, who's defending the site. The facility is protected by multiple defensive units, effectively neutralizing them before Noblesse arrives will make things a bit easier on you. We are the Orca Brigade, the most dangerous reactionary force in existence, and this is our grand entrance. Let's put on the show, gentlemen.
Yeah, we saw this yesterday too. So far, it's not too different from the Orca route. I wonder how it's going to change at the end.
Eradicate as many defensive installations as possible before Noblesse Oblige reaches the combat zone. That should make things go more smoothly.
This is just an aside thing. Do you see how, again, there is a little bit more color, but for the most part, it's still very gray and brown, like Armored Core 4. I might have said it before or not, but like this whole era of video, it's not just Armored Core. In this time period, the late 2000s before 2010, there was a lot of games that were like this. They were very monochrome in color. Yeah, I did say this before because I mentioned GTA 4 was one of them. Yeah. If you don't turn up the saturation for the color saturation at least a little bit for GTA 4, God, it is so gray. Only to find out later it was just like a filter they were using, because when the DLC for the Ballad of Gay Tony came out, then the world actually felt very colorful. I think they put like a pinkish light purple filter on it, and added some color saturation, I think, of their own that made Liberty City actually look alive instead of some kind of weird post-apocalyptic vibe on it, even though it's just a normal city. And then so after that I realized, because Johnny and the Lost and Damned DLC, these are all late 2000s games, by the way, also had an even worse filter than Nico's, where it was just like very yellowish brown. And so I realized what Rockstar was doing with that was... Better wrap this up before this is over. What Rockstar was doing that was just trying to set the tone, using the color filters to set the tone. And I think a lot of games were probably thinking this too, but I think Rockstar actually did it well. By giving it a different color tone for each of the three characters and their stories, it gave the tone or vibe of it. So Nico's and Johnny's being like very dark and monochrome is like, because it was a very, their stories were more like dark and gritty. And then Lewis's story was obviously way more lighthearted and comedic. It had more of that vibe, so then they was very colorful instead. And regardless of that, I'm just glad that that one actually gave Liberty City some color. But yeah, a lot of games from that time period, the late 2000s going into 2010s, were just like this. Like Resident Evil 5 has that forced green color filter, and you unlock other color filters from doing things in the game, but never once you unlock the option to just take it off. You have to use a fucking mod and play on PC to do that.
Sorry to crash the party. Little hit run bandits like you know no honor. I envy your simple life, void of responsibility.
Yeah, we heard his lines before. But yeah, dude, the late 2000s gaming, I don't know. Fucking gray-ass monochrome colors, dude. That's all there was.
Noblesse Oblige, we still have work to do.
Confirmed. Noblesse Oblige has been destroyed. Mission complete. The closed plan is now underway. No regrets now. Remember, you chose this path.
Yeah, it's so weird.
For many, the chaos began in July.
Saw this.
Without warning, multiple nexts of unknown origin unleashed a coordinated attack on Arteria facilities. The majority of these attacks were successful. The energy reserves upon which the Cradles relied were suddenly threatened. The Orca leader, a man known as Maximilian Thermidor, made an announcement to the world. The message was simple. Lead dogs, welcome to Earth. To the people who lived in the skies, it was nothing less than a declaration of war. The League was forced to abandon the tried and true strategies of the economic war. Suddenly, people realized that against these revolutionaries, their mighty castles were actually built out of sand.
Destroy Cradle 3. Hold on a second. There we go. Now we finally got some new shit. Last time we did defend anti-satellite cannons, I believe. And now we're doing Destroy Cradle 3. This is new. Alright. The last 10 minutes of the video are something new.
Greetings, lapdog. This is Old King.
Who?
We're going to destroy Cradle 03. Care to join us?
Finally, these are the guys who talked at the beginning, right? Over here somewhere, there was a cutscene, but they said, what would happen if we completely took off his leash? Which they weren't referring to you, I think. Something else. Or maybe they were. But yeah, they said, what if we completely remove the leash? It was somewhere at the very beginning of the game. I recognize this guy's voice. I was like, are these... I was wondering, I was like, are they from Orca? I think they are from Orca, but they might have something different in mind from the leader of Orca. I think that's where this is going. I mean, look at the name of the route. They probably just want to kill everybody. They don't have the vision that the Orca leader does. They just want to kill these people, these innocent people in the cradles, just for the fuck's sake. Like, that's... I'm guessing that's where this is going. Let's see. There it is. Yeah. They want to kill all the innocent people. Like, the Orca's leader just wants to like bring down the cradles. These guys just want to straight up completely destroy them and kill everyone on them. They're like, fuck it, we gotta send a message. That guy doesn't have the balls. Here we go.
Must be spilled. Don't you think?
You bastard! No, I don't. Let's see where this goes. You don't... Revolutions don't have to be violent.
Good, you came. How obedient of you.
There's also the revolution of the mind.
All of them. Millions will die. Exciting, don't you think?
This guy's an asshole.
You son of a... That's too bad. It's time for you and I to go our separate ways.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, you can walk away whenever you want, operator, if you don't want to help me anymore. Yeah, she's peacing out. She's like, you're a fucking freak. Rightfully so. This is like literally just straight up murder for the sake of it. This is exactly what the story route, the title of this video basically implies for the story route. You're just killing people. This is like going on a rampage in GTA. Not the official rampages, but literally just going into free mode and just murdering people for no reason.
One down. 20 million dead.
Jesus Christ, man. I see continents down there. We're hella high up. Last time I saw a view like this when looking down was when I went skydiving. There's clouds beneath me. What the fuck?
40 million.
I was by the ocean too, though, so it's not hard to have clouds below you, very close to the surface of the ocean in that scenario. Sea fog and all that. But it wasn't sea fog. Once I got to the bottom, I realized, no, those clouds were well above. That dude is humming.
60 million.
What a fucking freak, man. He's humming along like he enjoys this. Hey, that's an impressive view. We're on the edge of the atmosphere. That's crazy. This reminds me of one of the final, the final fortress stages of Sonic Heroes. Takes place in the sky, really high up, just like this. Your problem is you love killing too much. I don't quote it exactly.
80 million.
80 million people dead by our hand. Jesus Christ. You'd think these would be more well defended than this shit. This many people on these things, and this is all they throw at us?
100 million. Done.
That dude is getting off on this.
There are still so many more lives to take. Our journey is just beginning.
This guy's just a bloodthirsty fucking animal. A true grade A sociopathic psychopath. 2 in 1. They always seem very similar to me. Let's just say psychopath at least, though. Occupation of arterial carpals. Okay, so we still have to do this shit. Was this the last mission?
Here's the mission. The objective is to take control of the large-scale Arteria facility, Carpals. This time, the details of the operation are up to you. You are to simply take out anyone or anything that gets in your way. Briefing over. The Union seeks only to secure the future safety of humanity and the planet. This mission is an essential step in realizing that goal. We trust that you will meet with 100% success.
Okay. I don't want to scan ahead because I don't know what... I don't want to spoil anything, but... It seems kind of odd. Buddy!
Dylan! Son of a bitch.
God, the texture's being all fucked.
Please accept my apologies. That
Yeah.
briefing you saw was manufactured.
I know. I didn't see this coming. I was kind of like, why are they still hiring us after we just murdered 100 million people? They can't not know it was us. All right? Like, so I was like, and then when that guy shows up and he says lapdog and he laughs, I was like, we're going into a fucking ambush. I was thinking it the whole time. So this does not surprise me. I was waiting for it. Yeah, this was we've seen this before in the Armored Core series too. This was a fake briefing just to lure you here.
This is the end of the road for you. I think you understand why.
Yeah, I just murdered 100 million people. I get it.
It is what it is. Your actions were clearly deliberate. There's no point in trying to reason with you.
Maybe it's just an animal. Can it even understand what we're saying?
Spike, is that you?
You think you're some kind of one-man army. You think it's your right to choose who lives and dies.
You're the one who made me do it, or hired me for it. Even the dude who hired you turns on you. Damn. The dude who's like, go kill 100 million people. Oh, was he just testing you to see if you'd do it?
You bastard! Son of a bitch!
I gotta say, this is, despite it, making your character into a psychopath, this is the most interesting.
Sorry, friend. I can't help you anymore. I'm glad we got to know each other better.
I don't get it. Did he fight against us or alongside us? I can't even tell anymore. Despite being the most fucked up route, that's probably what makes it the most interesting, at least. Turning your character into a fucking psychopath, mass murderer. Hundreds of millions dead within a few seconds. Well, a few minutes. My god, this is almost just like a... This is almost just like a fucking meme ending. This game gives you a
Soon after, the blood of the innocents would rain down from the cradles, all at the hands of a single lynx. One who will be the greatest monster mankind has ever seen, taking more lives than any other in history.
You bastard! Son of a bitch!
And he's gone. Yeah, so that was kind of vague at the end with what's his name. I don't know if he was helping you and then he just got defeated there at the end, or if he actually turned on you and you had to kill him along with the other links. I don't know. Doesn't really matter though. It's just kind of that was just basically just a very meme ending, honestly. You turn into a psychopath and kill 100 million people. 100 million innocent people dead, and that's it. The end. Wow. So what I was gonna say before the, during the final mission, but I didn't want to like talk over it too much if there was more dialogue. I was thinking this yesterday when we finished the second ending. There's not a very satisfactory choice in terms of story routes and endings you can get. And this one kind of confirms it a little. This one's funny, I guess. If you just think of it as a fictional work, honestly. Like, this one's kind of interesting and, amusing, because it seems like something they just, you can tell it's something they just threw in there just to make the player go like, holy shit, did I just do that, like, because it's nowhere near as fleshed out. Even that ending, like, it's clearly they just threw it in there as almost like a little Easter egg to see if people would find it by taking the right route. The two main endings are definitely the other two, and yeah, no matter which one you get of the other two, it's just kind of, it sucks, because it's like one of them, yeah, you save a bunch of people and you keep them up in clean air, you keep the cradles alive and then, all those people in clean air, but you just also allow a corporate rule to continue, and things don't get any better for people on the surface, and exploitation and war continues as usual. But rather, yeah, just the corporate powers get to continue doing what they do, exploiting people for their own ends and yada yada. And then the opposite route is all the people in the cradles, they don't die necessarily, but they don't, they get forced back down to the surface to suffer with everyone else. Also, so we can travel into outer space, and then someday, but probably not in this generation. So meanwhile, people are just suffering and dying anyway, slowly instead. And then, like it says, even with, being able to go back out into outer space again someday, in the meantime, it's just going to be more of the same. More war, bloodshed, violence. The corporations are gone, but, as long as the incentives are there, like I've said before, new ones will rise up as people compete for what little is left on the planet, now that everyone's forced to live on it in those shitty conditions, and then compete to be the first to get into outer space. It's just going to repeat itself anyway. Like, it's open-ended, which is nice because it leaves it to your imagination, but it's just, yeah, it feels bad, man. Not very satisfying, but at the same time, I think that's kind of the point. It's just that, the overall theme, as it was in Armored Core 4, war, senseless violence, and capitalism all leads to senseless violence and bloodshed, and it's just a never-ending cycle of destruction and human suffering. And that's it. That's what I appreciate about these games, is that they don't, unlike a few other third or first-person shooters might do, they don't glorify war. They show you how ugly it can be, actually, instead. In that way, it's kind of like Metal Gear Solid. Not to the same extent, but kind of. I guess that's probably why I liked it as much as Metal Gear, the Armored Core series. And this is my first time watching Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer. But yeah, so that's what I think about the 4 Answer story or whatever. Going back to Armored Core 4, because I had time to dwell on it in the background while we were watching these playthroughs for 4 Answer. I like that one a little better, because I feel like the story had a little bit more focus. This one was very much all over the place. Well, especially because of the nature of it. It's like Last Raven. Since there's 3 story paths, it can feel that way by its nature, because it gives you that open-ended option. That being said, though, the reason I kind of like it better, but at the same time I have some gripes with it, is because Armored Core 4 felt like, you can hear it from the music. The overall tone of the music, which adds to the overall theme of the game itself and its storyline. It's like they were trying to maybe It's like they were what's the word here? Like they were playing with the idea of maybe creating like a low-key like romance story between, because obviously what's her name, Fiona, develops some deep feelings for the pilot, which is why she wants to get him away from everything. She thinks it's unfair that, you know, he has to do all those things to try to, you know, working for the corporations and putting himself in danger constantly just to make money for the colony Anatolia. And then at the end of the game, it was all for nothing because Anatolia gets destroyed by that surprise attack from Josh. It's like they were kind of, you know, but how it ends, what's his name says that they just walked off into the sunset. They left Anatolia and never looked back. They just left, right? It's like, that's almost like a dark ending to some romance story where it's like, yeah, they just walked off into the sunset after all the senseless violence and destruction was over. The two of them just departed on their own. It sounds like a semi sort of romantic dark storyline. So it's like they were playing with the idea of having that kind of relationship between Fiona and the pilot character, but they didn't fully commit to it by means of, they didn't really flesh it out. There's very little dialogue that's very personal. She does say, you know, we should get away from here and all this. During some of the final missions, she'll say something like that. And the way it's narrated and everything does imply that. But they don't, but they could have fleshed it out a little bit more with actually adding some cutscenes. Maybe some more cutscenes and dialogue, but it probably would have required to actually give the pilot character a personality. And I guess they just decided to, you know, so that there would be a dynamic with Fiona. But I guess instead they just decided to stick to the tried and true tested method that they've had for the Armored Core series so far, which is to make your character your own instead, not have a voice or a personality, and just make it be a self-insert basically. So it's like they played with the idea, but then they didn't fully commit to it. But another thing they could have at least done, this is where my gripes come in a little bit, they could have at least made more personal missions, like the one where you defend Anatolia from that giant, like, tunneling fucking monstrosity of a robot that's going through the underground tunnel to reach Anatolia to destroy it. They could have at least added more personal missions like that. But most of the game was just missions that were kind of like this game. You're just, you know, doing mercenary things for corporations, and like we know nothing. By the end of the game, you still know nothing about Anatolia. It's like the least talked about thing. Like the whole story revolves around the rest of the world, except the place that you're supposed to be trying to defend and take care of by the money you're raising. Like, okay, romance story or not, you guys could have at least tried to focus the story on your character and Fiona's main fucking motives, right? Like, but they didn't even do that. It's so shallow. And that's what makes me feel like it was rushed. I'm talking about Armored Core 4 here, by the way. All this is about Armored Core 4. And that's what, yeah, that's what makes it feel rushed. And now that I've gotten that out of the way, and yeah, maybe it was rushed due to time constraints or budget constraints. Who knows what it was? Maybe they just wanted to leave it very, like, vague because they're just like, you know, it's whatever. Like, they're not trying to be like a JRPG or something. But I feel like even by Armored Core standards, that was very shallow. Like, I feel like the storytelling, and I mean, we've just watched all the previous Armored Core games. I feel like the storytelling was a little better in the previous games. Armored Core 4 was just way too vague, I feel. Like, it was just way too shallow. Like, they tried to go down the deep story route, but they didn't commit. They didn't commit. And then this game sort of follows up in pretty much the same way. It doesn't really do much. Like, it doesn't, yeah, it just keeps things very basic and simple, but at least this game doesn't try to pretend that it's not. This game doesn't seem like they ever had the intention of making it more deep than it is, whereas Armored Core 4, it feels like it feels like they were playing with the idea of going deeper, and, you know, everything I just said about it, basically. Maybe playing with like a romantic story or something deeper, right? And again, you hear it in the music. This game doesn't even pretend that it was going to try to do that. It keeps things very basic, and its soundtrack follows through with that too. Just like Armored Core 4's soundtrack sort of, you know, adds a lot of emotion and melancholy, like a dark tonality to Armored Core 4, which I like, by the way. I love the Armored Core 4 soundtrack. This game, which is a lot more shallow, intentionally so, like I just said, it doesn't pretend that it was not trying to be that. It has an equally like shallow soundtrack. There's like, I think I only heard 2 songs that stood out to me and that I'm like, I might look these up to see what they sound like. But to be fair, a lot of the other music I just couldn't even hear because the sound effects, you know, overpower the fuck out of it. In Armored Core 4, you could hear that too. Like the sound effects overpower the music by a lot. I think that was true in the previous games as well, but more so I've noticed it in these ones where the sound you hear the most is the boosting, because you're just moving air like, you know what I mean? So you don't really get to hear a lot of the soundtrack. So I'll just look it up later and then see if I can find some songs that I like from this one. But for the most part, I know that Armored Core 4's music I liked a lot, and I've been listening to it a lot between streams, off stream. But anyway, I digress. What I was saying is that, yeah, at least this one didn't really try to pretend it was going to be anything deeper than what it was. That being said, the follow-up on Armored Core 4, Fiona and obviously Anatolia's mercenary is clearly meant to be the pilot of White Glint now. Again, they keep it very shallow and vague, but they give you enough for you to be able to infer at least that the reason she's probably working for Linarch, that they're both working for Linarch, is because they obviously feel betrayed at the end of Armored Core 4, like everything they did was for no reason. Because, I mean, to be honest, it wasn't wholly unexpected that after gaining a reputation like Anatolia's mercenary did, that somebody, whether it was corporations or some other entity, was gonna want to try to take Anatolia out as a form of revenge, because they would obviously blame Anatolia and its mercenary, the main pilot character of Armored Core 4, for the way things turned out in that game, right? And so clearly it's like Fiona and the main character of that game thought, what the hell did we even do any of that for? What was it all for? For nothing, right? Everything got destroyed anyway. Like, even the colony we were fighting so hard to protect, Anatolia, got destroyed. What the hell was any of it for? Basically, it was for nothing. And so now they probably just want to take, 5 years later, they want to like sort of take revenge against the corporations that they worked so hard for, because, you know, nothing good came of working for them. So now they kind of just like want to get back at them. And so that's probably why they're with Linarch and supportive of revolutionaries like Orca and all that. Like, that's my biggest deduction of why Fiona and Anatolia's mercenary are working for Linarch against the corporations. I mean, in our first story route, that's where you get the biggest hint, where you go up against White Glint, and Fiona literally says, you guys don't know what you're doing. You know, working for the corporations is a lie. It's not the right answer. Like, that's not how it should be. Yada yada. And yeah, that makes sense with what happened in Armored Core 4. So in that sense, yeah, this game's kind of a good follow-up to that game. But, you know, it obviously doesn't center around... The whole story of this game doesn't center around them. It just gives you a little bit of a follow-up, what I just explained. And then the rest of the story just focuses on the bigger picture, the corporations and all of humanity. So it's like Fiona and White Glint are just like a little cameo, you know? Oh yeah, and why they decided to take up Josh's identity, that's beyond me. I guess they probably thought maybe what he did at the end of Armored Core 4 was him trying to prove that point about working for the corporations and all that wasn't worth it, yada yada. So they probably decided, even though they killed him, they decided to take up his mantle, I guess. And then they joined Linarch under his identity with White Glint, his old AC. Of course, in this game, it's modified, it's brand new. It's the one you see in the intro movie, which looks a lot cooler, but still, you know what I mean. I'm guessing that's what it is. But again, very vague, so who knows. That's what I think it is. But yeah. So now, real quick, I want to see, now that I've wrapped up my thoughts on this, without looking ahead and spoiling anything for Armored Core 5, I want to see really quick if Armored Core 5 will continue this storyline, or if it's yet another fucking reboot with a whole new story again in a whole new universe. Which I expect it to be, if they keep following the same patterns. Let me see. I'm not going to read too far ahead, just because, you know. Oh yeah, here's the plot summary for Armored Core 4 Answer. Let me do a Control F on this, I just want to see. I'm not going to read it right now. Nope, okay. Let's see, let me go hit the back button. Armored Core 5 and Armored Core Verdict Day. Armored Core 5 was released on January 26, 2012. Acts as indirect sequel to Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer. The game focuses on the online multiplayer component and includes far fewer offline story missions than its predecessors. That might be another reason why Armored Core 4's story wasn't fleshed out too much either. And this one's too, but again, this one doesn't try to pretend that they were going to. Armored Core 4 feels like they wanted to go with something longer and deeper, but then they didn't. They backed out at the last second. This one is just like straight up no. And I guess my hunch was correct, because Armored Core 5, they straight up are just like, yeah, fuck the story. We're just focusing on online now. Like, we want to do esports, basically. That's what I'm getting from this. In the game's online mode, players battle for territories in teams of up to 20 players. Oh, wow. Cooperative mode is included for players to fight NPCs alongside other players for various rewards. That's kind of nice. Armored Core Verdict Day is released on September 24th as a standalone expansion to Armored Core 5. The game retains its predecessor's multiplayer focus, though it allows players to create teams of AI companions instead of requiring teams composed entirely of players. Full-length story mode returns alongside a newly implemented hardcore mode. And players can import their saved games from Armored Core 5 to retain their personalized mechs. Okay, so that means... I'm glad I read this. That means Armored Core 5, we're probably just going to zoom through it. Because it's just like it just said, it doesn't have much of a story to it. And then Verdict Day is where we'll actually get some meat and potatoes in terms of story. But even then, they don't lie about the fact that they're still very much online focused and not much else. So regardless of whether Verdict Day has more of a story or not, I mean, I probably may or may not get bored. Because if the story isn't the focus, it might suck. And I'll just kind of be like, the fuck are we watching? I mean, that might be the reason why this guy doesn't have it here. The channel we've been watching for all these Armored Core playthroughs, he doesn't have Armored Core 5. He skips right to 6. Which, by the way, looks like a long playthrough. Holy shit. But that might be because he probably played it when it first came out. Because look, this is a New Game Plus playthrough, it says right there, of Armored Core 6. And that's 4 hours and 11 minutes. But the first one he uploaded is 7:19. So this could be like a first playthrough where he literally knows nothing that's coming, and that's probably why it's so much longer than all these other ones. But it could be, I don't want to read ahead any further than Armored Core 5. It could be that Armored Core 6 returns to having a more story focus, but I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. Either way, I just wanted to see that, just to see what's, you know, to get a hint at... I just wanted to know more than anything if Armored Core 5 was still going to be in the same universe as this, and maybe explore a little bit more of this. Well, the answer is yes and no, it seems like, from what I just read. Like, yes, technically it's still the same universe, but they don't really care about the story, so don't expect anything, you know, groundbreaking in terms of what happened before this game and Armored Core 4. It's like, it's just going to be kind of whatever, like kind of meh. So it's like, oh, okay. Well, at least now my expectations are in check before we go in there. And now I know why it's not on this playlist, I guess. Outside of it not having a story focus, from what I saw, people like, just generally speaking about the Armored Core series, Armored Core 5 was not received very well at all. Regardless of, you know, the focus being on story or not. Apparently it just wasn't well received. But that might just be the other reason why it's not here on this playlist. But yeah, I have a separate playlist where I saved several playthroughs of Armored Core 5 that I think are all non-commentary. And so what I'll do is I'm going to take a break. And then during the break, I will look up... I will click through... I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll click through at least to see which ones have better like visual and audio quality to make sure we're not watching some potato fucking video. You know, a video recorded on a potato camera or capture card or whatever. And then I'll see which one looks good, and then we'll just start watching from there. And yeah, probably if the story does suck as much as implied here because of the fact that there's not that many story missions and it's not really focused on the story, we'll probably be fast forwarding through a lot if I get bored. But otherwise, that's pretty much going to be our next videos, obviously. Armored Core 5 and then Verdict Day. So yeah, I'll pick the highest quality video that I can without spoiling anything for myself, and then if we have to change video midway, then we will. If I'm like, okay, this sucks, we're switching to a different playthrough video, then I'll do that. But yeah, that'll be next video. For now, this has been Armored Core 4 Answer, the direct sequel to Armored Core 4. And we're all done, I guess, so that's that. Very sort of meh and unsatisfying storyline, honestly. But you know, Could have been worse. And maybe after Armored Core 5, I'll be saying this was worse. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep an open mind. We'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one then. Till then, as always, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Don't die. And have a good morning, afternoon, evening, good night. I'll see y'all then. Where's the button? There it is. Alright. Peace. See you later, everybody.